Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your September 16th to the 30th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new readings, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you would like to know about the cards that I am using, they are all linked in the description box below. Now, before we start this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. So let's see what the tarot has to say, letting the bowls sing as we do so. Aquarius, September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh, goodness. Well, that one goes right there. There we go. Well, that card is going to make waves when we get there. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, goodness. Okay. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. I love how some of the cards just jumped out. They wanted to be heard, Aquarius, and they made themselves known. And that's how the impact is going to be during this time. They want to be heard. This energy wants to be heard, and it will make itself known. Now let's see your chakra energy for this time. Aquarius, September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic, these four. My gosh. Let the heart lay down. There we go. So we have soul's healing, and that's beautiful. We said let the heart lay down, and here you have soul's healing, and it's around the heart right here. There is an energy. This is the soul star chakra, located 6 inches above the crown. This soul's healing is going to ease the heart, move you forward in focus, move you forward in dedication, and really move you towards where you need to be, towards where you want to be, and towards what you're looking at for your future, what is truly important to you. There is a sense of healing going on. You'll feel it quite profoundly, and it's going to be centering you. It's a release. It really is a release and also an inspiration. Then we have peace. The soul's healing brings peace. This is the crown chakra. During this time, Aquarius, it is going to be astoundingly important to crown yourself with peace, to crown yourself with harmony, to crown yourself with a deeper understanding of what you desire. And the crown chakra is your thoughts. It is the energy of your mind. But I'm really seeing it here as a crown. And so here it's picture a lotus flower, as your crown, or lotus flower petals as your crown. And picture the peace centering you, moving you forward, helping you see the world in a new light, in a new way, with new positivity and new dedication around you. But it is very important. What is your crown? Right? What is the crown that you wear? When you visualize the crown upon your head, just take a moment, sit back, and think of this peace flooding you. And think of the crown that you wear right now, before the peace comes in. Is it a crown of doubt and of fear and of anxiety and apprehension? Or is it a crown of assurity, dedication, determination, and love? Because you're going to pull all that energy together through peace, through harmony of soul and self. This then leads you to play. This is the heart chakra. It's going to be very important for you, Aquarius, to embrace play, to embrace laughter and love and joy, and doing things that make your heart soar, that stop making your heart sore. Okay? Like pain, but to make your heart soar, to fly. And Spirit is saying that's very important, to know the difference, to taking time out to do things that you love, to do things that you desire, to do things that make you feel free and bring joy back into your life, or keep the joy within your life. All work and no play is not going to be good for you. And you're going to sit there and you're going to feel like, oh, well, I don't have time for this nonsense. This nonsense is going to make you 10 times more productive. It's going to make you happier and more centered and have you think more clearly. And that's going to be so important for the success that you're going after. Then we have life purpose. This is the throat chakra. And so often with the throat chakra, we just think of talking. You know, the throat chakra, communication, talking, it's listening. But it's also speaking our life purpose into existence. Naming our fears. It can be we name them to ourselves so that we can conquer them. It can be that we look at things and we say, why? Why am I here? What do I desire? What is the purpose of me? Listen to your words. Listen to what pulls to your soul, what sings to your heart. Your life purpose moves you, okay? And your life purpose lies there. It's opening up the world. It's expanding your ideas and ideals. It's having you ascend. And you are ascending to greatness, but you need to be ascending in your truth and your power. It's very easy, Aquarius, because you try to heal the waters of all. You try to embrace knowledge and understanding and be so compassionate and see all sides of the coin that you forget you and you forget why you're here. And it's like, don't. Know your purpose and move forward in that purpose and in that truth. It leads you to the Tower. You're having a change come in, and this is a divine change. It then leads you to the Hermit, okay, Virgo energy, time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. It leads you to a turning inward and seeing that inward knowledge, that inward power really does guide you, really does have a powerful place within your heart. You have the Nine of Swords, very interesting, doubts, fears. And then you have the Ten of Swords, overkill, overwhelmed. So I'm just going to move my camera back just a bit for you guys so you can see better. Okay. That's interesting, the progression. It's like as you're taken out of the rut that you are in, and you, because this is complacency. You know, the Tower is change that comes in, and divinity is saying, listen, you know, you're afraid, it's overwhelming, I get it, but I need you. I need you to change, and I need you to move in this direction. And you're just not going to go there on your own. So I'm kicking you out of the nest. It's not always nice, but it is necessary. Then you have the repeat of the number 9. You're coming very close to a completion of a cycle as you turn inward. It's a cycle of the mind. Doubts, fears, nightmares, horrors, you know, thinking that you can't, but yet feeling that you can. And it's that war. And then you have the Ten of Swords. This is the end of that battle. This is the end of a cycle of doubts and fears. The Ten of Swords is overkill. It can be, you know, thinking about things just a bit too much, a bit too intensely, you know, looking at what you desire, the way that you need to move forward, and it leads you to your heart. Oh, and I think I forgot to say, the left-hand side, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side is your public arena, your public self. So let's see. Then we have the Four of Coins, vampiric energy, drained, feeling overwhelmed. You might be feeling astoundingly tired, Aquarius. Then you have the High Priestess. You see beyond the veil. You see beyond the mask that people wear. It brings you to a place of love and joy with the Four of Wands, a celebration that cannot be denied. And it leads you. It leads you to the Empress. It leads you to a beauty and a truth that is so serenely comforting and so absolutely empowering that it almost makes you feel like a new you. The repeat of the number 4 here and such opposing force show a fantastic juxtaposition. The Four of Pentacles is my vampiric energy. It's being drained, it's being overwhelmed. The Four of Wands is my celebration. Okay, this is a celebration akin to a wedding, joy and happiness and beauty and success. There's nightmares that this won't come, that dreams will simply be dreams, but the nightmares will win. The sorrow will set in, and life, with all its endless opportunities, it will not be meant for you. And that's what you're battling right here. And you really are coming out of it quite well. There's such a power to you that is exquisite. And then you have the Page of Coins. This is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, strong Virgo presence. It's being a student of your prosperity and what you desire. You have the Sun, happiest card in the whole entire deck. You turn inward, the veil is lifted, the glory comes. People will take you by eyes. Why? Because they want the glory for themselves. And in our world, today and yesteryear and in the future, people think that if you have success, then that means that they can't. And that's not true. It's just not. It leads you to the Two of Swords. You have the repeat of the number 2 here. This is creative energy. You're seeing pathways open up, and you're seeing the way that you thought things would be. It's kind of like you thought things were kind of written in stone. You could go this way, you could go that way. There was a choice. It really wasn't much of a choice. And you're looking at it, and it's like, no. No, the world opens. Pathways start coming to you that you hadn't expected. It leads you to the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups jumped out at us. And the Queen of Cups is this healing energy. The Queen of Cups was once described to me as a queen so glorious that she only comes second to the Empress. And this is what you have here. Once you move past overkill, doubt, fear, apprehension, the chaos of the mind, trying to control the power of the future, and the power of the present, and the power of you. Let's see the people who will be aiding you during this time. Who will be aiding Aquarius? September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. Who will be aiding Aquarius? September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, and spirit guides. Fantastic. These three. We will be starting with the Queen, the Princess of Wands, and she just jumped out. She wanted to be heard. This is the energy around her. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is energy that is passionate, dedicated, determined. This is energy that brings tremendous creativity with it, that shows you things differently and helps you see things differently. With the energy of who will aid you, and then later on when we look who you need to be mindful of, do note that you do not have to know these people in real life. Their energy can come through you through any form of media, through any form of inspiration. And with the Queen of Wands, she talks to your fire, to your passion, to your determination, to what you desire to move forward in, to the sun that warms you, the passion of yourself and the energy that warms and centers you. And this energy, she's going to present it in a little bit of a new way, having you look at things more openly, more honestly, in a different light than you had originally expected to see them. She's going to be opening doors for you because of it. Not that she actually opens doors, though for maybe some of you she will. There is a greater sense here of she shows you an alternative way to look and solve the problem that you're going after, to really look at the truth of what you want. There's fire, there's passion to her, there's determination. She has a very animated, enthusiastic way of being. And then this leads you to the Princess of Cups. This is a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is an astoundingly emotionally intuitive person. This is somebody who loves deeply, honestly, and truly. Okay? This is also a person who can get a little bit wrapped up in things, and so be mindful of that. This is a person who is strong, yes, who is clear-sighted, absolutely, but who can sometimes let their emotions get the better of them. All right. So as you are being inspired by this person, by their love, by their compassion, by their determination, also know that you can get a little bit exasperated with this person because they kind of think with their heart first. And you're going to sit there, Aquarius, and be like, okay, well, the heart is great, but I also need the logic in there. I need the mind. And so there is a sense of opening up doors. There is a sense of seeing greater truths and greater understandings and looking at what the heart wants. And this person really lets you be connected. You are going to kind of think that some of their methods are a little bit silly, as if they need to kind of like just grow up a little bit more. It can be that they're a very young person, or it can be that they have this very youthful energy. And you're going to think, well, once they understand the world a bit better, they'll be grounded a bit more. This person has this princess air to them, has this learning, developing, understanding, questioning air, and it will always be theirs. It will. And there's a sense of letting a bit of this curiosity, a bit of this emotional connectiveness into your life, because it opens doors. It does. It shows you that the heart is astoundingly important. And I do believe the heart is astoundingly important. I believe that we are, beings of emotions. And as emotional beings, we have to take into note our feelings, our hearts, our passions, our desires. Because if we don't, and we sit there and go, oh, that's so silly. Oh, I need to be more logical, more this, more that. We wither a bit. And we don't truly embrace the joy of life. For you, Aquarius, especially as an air sign energy, for everybody, we need to have our hearts and our minds talk to each other, communicate, move forward. But it's especially powerful for you, okay? Because you are such a healer, because you are so intuitively inclined to the world that it's very easy for you to relate to water sign energies, okay? Astoundingly easy. Especially if you're born on the cusp with Pisces, it'll be even easier to fall into the waters of emotion. But you need that clarity of mind. You need the logic. You need the reasoning behind it, because you are this air sign energy that cuts through doubts and fears, that sees things openly and honestly, but you can overthink. And that's going to be one of the things to conquer during this time, is not overthinking, not overanalyzing. You'll overthink and you'll kind of see the worst. And it's like, no. And then we have Sagittarius energy, time frame November 22nd to December 21st. This is an energy that connects with the greater portion and the greater power of this world. All right. This is a person who is very into religions. All right. This can be a religious professor or somebody who has dedicated their lives to religions. Or to a religion. This is a person who walks the veil. And I'm just seeing this as being someone very much who walks the veil between spirituality and spiritualism and this earthly plane. And this is a person who sees more deeply, more honestly, and more truthfully. There is a sense here of this person having, that charismatic nature of Sagittarius. But they also have a bit of a standoffish nature. Yeah, because Sagittarius calls you in, but Sagittarius also goes deep. And so going deep into knowledge, deep into the understanding, deep into the inquiries is going to be such a part of this person. And you're going to think, oh, I want to go as deep as they go. I want to, really push forward. But it's saying here, be mindful, because you might not be able to go as deep as this person does. And they might not want you to be on that journey with them. It's a very private journey. It's funny because Sagittarians call people in. They bring people together. And you'll actually see that sometimes they bring everybody together, and then they kind of step back and see how it goes, see how it develops, see, what's there. And that's the energy that this person has. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic for you, because you're going through this change. You need to see things differently, more openly, more honestly for yourself. The Tower. This is rigidity falling apart. This is, this is a sense of thinking, I understand, I see, I know exactly how I'm supposed to be moving forward, where it is that I'm supposed to be, what it is that I desire. And divinity comes in and says, oh, you think you have it planned, and just changes everything. Now, sometimes a tower time can be devastating. It can be. It is change. Now, divinity doesn't really care. And it sounds kind of mean to say or silly to say, but divinity looks at things and says, you have this purpose on this earth, and I want you to achieve it. I believe in reincarnation. So I believe that as we learn, as we develop, as we say, you know what, that life path that I kind of worked out for myself, it's too much. We then have to come back and come back. And so here with the Tower, it's kind of like, I don't want you to come back. I want you to achieve what you have set out here to achieve. Whether it seems like the harshest, cruelest lessons or the most beautiful lessons, divinity is like, it's time to walk that path. And sometimes you sit there and you think, well, what the heck is this? Why would I have to learn this? And nobody else does. Why does it have to be this hard? I mean, believe me, I have said that so many times. Why does it have to be this hard, this overwhelming, this devastating, this intense? But the Tower falls. And as Kipling said, you stoop and you build it up with worn out tools. It is truth. And in that truth, in that understanding, there is a sense of power. There is a sense of divine knowledge given to you. There is a sense of flight. So you're pushed out of your comfort zone. You see things differently. It might be angrily, most definitely. It can very well be. But it's differently than it was before. And as you look, and as you see, and as you comprehend, you turn inward. Because very seldom during a Tower time do we want everybody around us. You turn inward. The Hermit energy is going to be so important to you. You might find it being very, very, very intense up to the end of the Virgo time period, which is September 22nd. You turn in. You need the quiet. You need the connection. You need the understanding. You need the grounding. You need to see the spiritual guidance and walk with it. It can very well be walking against the grain of this world. Because the grain of this world says, if you find that you have the answers within you, where will all your money go? What will you spend it on to say, I have to improve, I have to improve, I have to improve. I have to have, I have to have, I have to have. There comes a point where it's like, oh, I get it. And that empowers. That emboldens. So here with this Virgo energy, it's like, I get it. I see the power lies within me. I see I'm guided forward towards something more. More brilliant, more profound, more me. And I become the ruler of my own domain. The king, the queen, the master craftsman of my life and myself. And I can create and cultivate. And as you have this come, okay, this is a very powerful time for you. It is an astoundingly powerful time. This is what grounds you, okay? The Hermit is what grounds you through all of this, because it's like Humpty Dumpty comes in. And I love always when I see the Tower, I think of Humpty Dumpty, I was talking to my brother one time, and if you want to check out his channel, it's in the description box below. He does much, quicker, kind of to the point readings right away. He told me, he was like, Dane, the cool thing with Humpty Dumpty is that they never say he's an egg. And I was like, what? And it's true. They never say he's an egg. And if he's a person, if Humpty Dumpty is a person, and he fell down, and all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put him back together again, so the wealth, all the power, and all the force did not heal, because they called in the wrong people. Should not they have called in the healers, the carers, the doctors, the people who saw the cracks for what they were, the brokenness for what it was? And that's what we see here with the Tower. It's the healers that need to be called. It is the connection with the heart and the soul and the healing that comes forward. That's why the soul's healing for you is so profound. It brings peace. But it also brings with it doubt and fear and anger and apprehension and everything that comes from our comfort zone being destroyed. The Nine of Swords. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it is being up at night, looking at the swords, head in the hands. Now in this deck, the Divine Tarot of the Divine, that's it. They're all linked to different myths, legends, stories. I do not know them all. But this is of doubts and fears and nightmares. This is hurt and pain and desolation, of sleep being robbed from you, of chaos being a part of your mind, of questions being an irreversible part of the soul, and thinking I'm supposed to have answers. There's supposed to be more. Here's the thing. Everybody fears. In this world today, we want to say no. We want to say no, nobody fears. I have it all under control. Or we show a victimhood, a devastation, and we hide behind it and say, this is my armor. This is what I'm held back from. Because of this, I can never be. The Nine of Swords is a lie. It is a lie. It's a lie whispered to us every night before we go to sleep. It is a lie that keeps us small, that keeps us vulnerable, that keeps us tired, that keeps us overwhelmed. And when we have that victimhood come forward, and we have our power robbed from us, it feels too overwhelming to achieve our goals. Remember this. You're not a victim, but you are a victor. You're claiming your power. You're claiming your truth. You're moving towards something greater. And there are a myriad of things that should stop you, that should make you terribly afraid to move ahead and say, no, this world is too much. The fact of the matter is you will not be stopped and you will not be silenced. It is time to say, yes, I am afraid, but I am claiming my power and my truth, and I will not let the nightmares steal my dreams. It leads you to, are you sure? Are you sure that you can push forward? Are you sure that you will not have the negativity of what people said to you play over and over again in your mind? Are you sure that you will look at each year of doubt, despair, and devastation for a decade and say, I've learned lessons, not you've robbed me of truths? The Ten of Swords is intense. Each year, doubt, fear comes in. Each year we learn something more. Do we want to? No. It would be lovely to have a life of ease and of celebration, where nothing went wrong and everything fell into place. That's not life. And those types of lives make spoiled little brats that throw tantrums wherever everything doesn't go their way, over the smallest thing. We have enough people like that in this world. It is time to claim our power and our truth, to step out of our minds of doubts, fears, and apprehensions. Say, I see and I know. I see what is more, and I know what is true. And I will not let anything else come to harm over you. That is what you're doing. That is what your angels are saying. Your spirit guides are letting be known. They can't stop the pain of learning. They can't stop the tower times. But they do point you forward to more. And this is a release of that vampiric energy, because you have the Minor Arcana Death card right here. You have the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. This is the darkness before the dawn. This is the doubt and despair before the world opens up. This is the test before you conquer. Saying you have one more chance to give up, to walk away, to say I can't. And my dreams are not as big as my fears. And the Four of Coins comes. The energy that drains, but also the vulture around her. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Everything has its purpose, no matter if it is not beautiful. We tend to think everything has to be beautiful, perfect in look and in soul. Actually, we don't really care that much about the soul. Perfect in look. And with the Four of Coins, there is a sense of heartbreak being seen, of looking at the energy that has robbed you of your wealth, not only physical wealth, but what you value as much as money. That has made you doubt, that has made you feel overwhelmed, that has made you question all that is, all that was, and all that will be. These are the people who saw your power and see your power and say, you know what? It's easier to take it from you than it is for me to grow it myself. This is calling upon prosperity. This is looking at things openly and honestly. And this is clearing away this negative energy, because it can come from people you know. This vampiric energy can be from people you grew up with. You know, it can come from parents, grandparents, teachers, aunts, uncles, siblings, best friends. But it can also come from the person that you worked with years ago who's jealous of you. It can also come from what seems to be the most unlikely of places, and it drains you. And so here, visualize yourself surrounded by golden light, okay? There's blackness around you, just the deep of night, right? And so as you visualize this, see yourself, see your angels cutting through the energy that is around you. Actually, no. You see your angels cutting through, yes. But see you also holding your own sword, and it's you and your angels cutting through. It's kind of like those double-handed saws that they use to fell trees. And you both cut through this energy because you're claiming back your power. This is what this time is about for you. It's claiming back your power, body, mind, and spirit. And then there is nothing, no golden light of the universe. And you might think, oh, how terribly sad. It's not. You sit in nothing for a moment, the quiet of the absolute, the serene of the coming. And then the golden energy comes around you again. But this time without the sewer sludge of living, without the energy that wanted to steal away your power, your beauty, and your truth. You claim back your prosperity. And you know the hurt that you have gone through leads nothing to be wasted, leads new power to come forward. It brings you to the High Priestess. I love that in your heart you have the High Priestess and the Empress, my two favorite cards. So the High Priestess is looking at your knowledge. It's looking behind the veil. This is divinity speaking to you in riddles and in rhymes, in truth that sometimes is not easily seen. I like to see the High Priestess as the Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi spoke prophecy, and people from all over the ancient world came to hear it. But she spoke prophecy in such a way that it took a lifetime to decipher. And people spent their lives moving towards her words. And that is what we do. Life is a mystery. It is a riddle. It is a rhyme. It is a truth that we hold within our soul, and we spend our lifetime deciphering. The High Priestess shows this, shows greater knowledge, greater understanding, a truth being seen that isn't always understood. She saw the truth behind people, and it was not always understood. It is embracing this power. It's embracing this understanding. It's opening up your heart and seeing the mask that people wear, what others desire, and what you yourself call forward. You're not going to be fooled by lies. Your heart craves truth and honesty, openness and power. It's the power of yourself and your soul. And I just noticed it, and I love that you have the Hermit and the High Priestess together. I think this is a beautiful pairing. The High Priestess pairs with two cards. She pairs with the Magician, who is her opposite, and she pairs with the Hermit, who is her equal. And here you turn inward. You see knowledge, you see understanding. Serenity and wisdom guide. And a power comes forward. A power from within. A power that is underestimated, but is profound and life-saving and life-changing. It leads you. It leads you to a celebration. It leads you to a coming together of heart and soul and joy and beauty. The Four of Wands is a celebration that cannot be denied. It is a beauty that cannot be ignored. It is a celebration and a new beginning. It's a body and soul and self. And as you see behind the veil, but you also see your own internal power, you call upon this and you create it. This does not have to be a larger than life parade of wealth and glory and beauty and have people understand how absolutely awesome everything is. This can be very subtle, very quiet, very personal, very intimate, where you start to see the power that is around you, the beauty that is guiding you, and the marriage that you have, not to the rest of the world or to another person, but to your own inner soul and self. This can lead to new job opportunities. This can lead to seeing things so profoundly differently that you can't walk backwards. This is beauty, this is joy, this is understanding, and it leads to the High Priestess, who here is represented by the Lady of Guadalupe. And I have a very strong and beautiful affinity and devotion to the Virgin Mary. And here as this form, it speaks to me beyond words. There is a beauty here. There is a coming together. There is a voice that was tried to be silenced. Because if you ever studied Mariology, which is the study of the Virgin Mary, and I'm sure not many people have, but I have, it was the people that brought her forward. In the forming of the church, she was left out. She was a footnote into the coming of Christ. And that was all that she was. But the people craved their goddess back. The people craved a feminine touch. And that is where Our Lady comes in all her forms, and all the power that moves her forward. And that is what you are claiming here. A power that is overlooked, and people might not think is powerful. This feminine love, this beautiful compassion. We see compassion as something that is necessary. We talk about compassion, right? And then it is the loudest, meanest people that get the attention. The ones that don't show compassion at all. And that is what this time is against. And this is what you are against, Aquarius. There is a vile taste that the world leaves in your mouth, more times than not. At your root, there is love. After hurt, pain, and discovery. After an end of a cycle, there is a beginning of a truth. A truth that is beautiful, a truth that is transformative, a truth that is divine. You are reclaiming a throne. You are reclaiming a voice. You are seeing that there is a power that others overlook. Time and time again, you are claiming it. As you claim it, you become a student of prosperity. Because prosperity doesn't have to come from ruthlessness. It can come from kindness and compassion and grace and understanding and beauty. The Page of Coins, Earth Sign Energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, is a page of the seeds that you are planting. It is a student of what you desire to cultivate and create within this world. As you look, you realize. As you see, you discover. And you see the way you want things to move together, to grow together, to become more. As you look at things, you see more clearly. But in the public arena, you come to things with a student's eyes. In Buddhism, this is called beginner's eyes. It's kind of coming to things as a child would. It's leaving preconceived notions, prejudices, doubts, fears, angers, hurts, pains behind. It's looking at things anew. And it is saying, how? And it's discovering the truth. It's discovering how and why and where and when and because. You are protected. And I look at this vulture. You know, we see vultures and we see them as nasty and vile and disgusting. There is a purpose to everything. And what if divinity comes to us in a guise of what we would reject? if you come to things as a student without the preconceived notions, and you see that all things are created for a reason, and all truths come forward, you will not reject when divinity comes, and when grace and power and understanding become a part of you. It leads you to the sun. It leads you to joy and to happiness and to a radiance and a warmth that keeps you moving forward. Think of the sun that's in the sky, right? And the sun shines on us, and if we were closer to it, the planet would be too hot to produce life. And if we were further from it, it would be too cold. Or in the Goldilocks spot, the place that is just right. This is the just right blessing. This is what you need at this time, and it will be different for each and every one. But it doesn't mean it will be less powerful. It will show beauty and radiance to you. It will have you moving forward in a greater truth, in a greater understanding, in a more profound power. People will see this radiance. They see you kind of coming up with new ideas, questioning, looking, discovering, having this energy to you where they're sitting there and they're like, how? Why are you asking these questions? How are you making these connections? What is going on? And there's this radiant brilliance to the way that you are accomplishing things, the way that you are looking at things, and they think, what's going on? And why can't I have that? So beware the jealousy that can come as the sun comes in, as you connect things that others don't even remotely see the connection in. As you look at truth, and as you look at power, and as you look at understanding. And it leads you, this sun's warmth, this core's passion, this determination of self, and this claiming of life purpose. It leads you to saying, I only saw 2 paths in my life. And that's what we do. We see these 2 paths, and the world tells us, this is who you should be. These are the choices that you have. Don't you dare veer from the course set. You're veering, and it's glorious. You're veering, and it's your truth. And you're going to see pathways open up that don't feel like a settling, but feel like this is what I was meant for. Does it happen all at once? No. Will it be all of a sudden, like nirvana, the heavens open up, and you see this pathway to your truth, to your power, to your glory? For some, maybe. But it comes quietly and gently. In a little turn here, and truth there, and understanding. It comes in silent moments, and it comes in loud moments, and you start to see yourself walking towards where you want to be. Moving away from nightmares to beautiful dreams, to fairy tales and truths and joys and expectations. Here, you doubt. Can I move forward? It's doubt and it's fear, and it can be you've seen just these 2 roads. The one of fear, and the one of getting everything that we want. And a road opens up in the middle. It says, this is life. There's always going to be something to fear, to doubt, that causes anxiety and pain and disappointment. And we see it quickly. Just like we take in a negative look within I want to say milliseconds. It's like so fast we can take in a person's look of disappointment because it's what kept us alive. We had to be able to judge instantaneously the person standing across from us. It's what kept our ancestors alive. That person's a foe. That person's going to kill me. That person's going to, take my tent and my everything. We had to be able to decide it instantaneously. And so here, what I'm seeing is that disappointment, okay, Aquarius, which you pick up on much more quickly than other people do, okay? It has become a part of what makes you look at things, what makes you see things, and you're like, oh, well, I don't want to do something wrong. Here's the thing. Our world has changed. Our world has changed profoundly in an astoundingly short period of time. Okay? And we as human beings have not evolved as quickly as our world has evolved. This isn't, ancient tundra. This isn't, the Sahara. This isn't, our ancestors moving forward, struggling, coming forward. This is a world very, very different and so much more than could have been imagined. And so here, with the Two of Swords, see the way of dreams. It's the way of getting everything you wanted exactly as you wanted it. And what the heck kind of fun is that? It's all laid out. And life doesn't work like that. And then it's nightmares. The doubts, the fears, the apprehensions, the chaos. You're getting the middle road. You're also seeing things open it up that you hadn't expected, that you thought, oh, that'll never come, that'll never be. You're bridging the gap. And you're taking away the power of the nightmares and the irrationalness of the dreams. You're creating power. Power for yourself and for what you desire as you move forward. And it leads you. It leads you to being the Queen of Cups. It leads you to water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. It leads you to a truth of your heart, your soul, and yourself. It leads you to going deeper into the emotions, into the beauty that you want, into the power that you need, into the passion that you have. And it leads the world to open to you. And you are a queen. People see your power here. You are a student of your prosperity. You might sit there and say, Dane, I want to be a queen of my prosperity and a student of my heart. That's not what's going to move you forward in such profound bounty and brilliance. You see the seeds that you need to plant. You see what it is that you desire. You have this passion here. You have this determination. And you're conquering what has held you back for so long. And you're seeing that bridge. And as you see that bridge, there is a loving truth that comes forward. There's a power of your heart that cannot be denied. Excuse me. And there is a brilliance to you that you had not expected. Don't ignore yourself emotionally, because you tend to. You tend to sit there and say, oh, I'm being irrational. Oh, I'm, thinking about this or that too much. And yes, you do have a tendency to overthink. But if you have your mind connect with your heart, and you sit in meditation, if you go for a walk, if you just connect, you will see things start to fall into place within your soul. And you'll be like, oh, I never thought like that. I never saw that before. Let's go deeper. Aquarius. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aquarius. Show me more deeply. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aquarius. Show me more deeply. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aquarius. Show me more deeply. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. And let's see the people you are to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people Aquarius is to be mindful of? September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aquarius. Who are the people Aquarius is to be mindful of? September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic, these three. So we have here the High Priest. This is Taurus energy. April 20th to May 20th is the time frame. This is somebody who can be a bit like a bull it's saying a candy shop right now, and I'm just seeing like jelly beans falling onto the floor. It's somebody here who takes something that is very sweet and just kind of wrecks it just a bit. And I don't know if this is somebody who, it seems like you have an emotional connection to them, right? But it doesn't have to be. Remember, the people to be mindful of, the ideas to be mindful of, it can really encompass a scope of things and a scope of people, and you do not have to know them. Here with this Taurus energy, okay, it is like a bull in a shop. It's just like things are shattered. It's too forceful. It's too forceful. It's too concrete. It has to be all or has to be nothing. And you need the in-between. And you need them not to rob the sweetness. The sweetness is important. This then leads you to the Princess of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who hems and haws over money. This is somebody who bites their nails, who doubts, who fears. They could twirl their hair. They can, fret their lip a lot. They do something very nervous all the time. This is a person who is either immature or who is young, right? And this is a person who isn't looking at the bigger picture. They are only looking at right now. It's kind of like when you say to a kid, like, do you want a quarter or do you want 10 pennies? And they say, oh, I want the 10 pennies. Like, that's so much more. That's kind of what this person is. They're not looking at things as openly and as honestly as they should be. They're seeing something and it looks like more. It looks like it should be. But they have it wrong. They have it wrong. They're not looking at the value. They're just looking at like the quantity. And then this leads to the Princess of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody who can be very cutting with their words. Okay, this is somebody who is also going to be rather flighty, is what I'm seeing here. And I don't like equating air sign energies to flighty because I feel like it's a little bit of a cop-out. It's done very easily. But there is the sense here of the person being just, it can't be that they forget things because they have too much on their plate, but there is a sense here of being very self-absorbed, very kind of sharp with their words, very intense and overwhelmed, and they have a lot to say, and they can have this really kind of great approach to it. But then what they say starts to sink in, and you're like, well, that's really rather vile. So just be mindful of this person. We have the Tower. We have the Tower on top of the Tower. I love it. I don't see it often, ever. This is change. And this is like, you cannot stop this change. It affects you. You have the Star right here. Okay, you are the Star card in the Major Arcana. You are the Swords in the Minor Arcana. Nothing can stop this change in your life. This is a time of powerful and profound change, and it brings the sun. It brings joy and prosperity and bounty and beauty. It does not come overnight. So don't sit there and think, oh, well, by the end of the 30th, my life will be roses and sunshine and beauty. It will be that you are on this path and you will be seeing the way that the change leads you forward to something so much more than you expected. But it may take quite some time. The Wheel of Fortune, everything is changing. The Seven of Wands, you learn to choose your battles wisely. The Empress on top of the Empress. This is insane. You have the Tower on top of the Tower. You have the Empress on top of the Empress. Okay, so change, you have double change. You have intense, powerful change. And you have intense, beautiful love that is guiding, that is, settling, that is profound, that is intense, that is so much more than anticipated. You are so much more than anticipated. It leads you to the Ten of Coins, wealth that lasts for generations, prosperity that comes forward, what you value as much as money coming in, the Seven of Cups, dreams and mindfulness coming together. You are going to be very drawn to the truth. You're going to sit there and be like, listen, if it's not true, I don't want it in my life. There's kind of a decluttering of chaos going on, and knowing where you stand and what you desire. You can get very lost in dreams easily, Aquarius. This is stepping back and seeing what you truly want, where you truly want to be, and how you truly want to move forward. And then it leads you to the Nine of Swords. Again, this is looking at the nightmares, at the doubts, at the fears, at the apprehensions, and saying, you do not have this power over me that you once did. Divine change. Divine change. That pushes you out of your comfort zone. That has you seeing things differently and has you seeing you differently. It leads to blessings. It leads to the essence of you coming forward. Sometimes it is only through that change, through that hardship, through that, Spirit is saying disappointment, because it's like things aren't going exactly as we had planned, right? that we find ourselves. We find our voice, we find our path, we find our truth. This is all leading up, and this is all leading to your life purpose. This is bringing you forward into your power. This is the healing waters coming forward. This is bounty. This is brilliance. This is greater understanding. This is things becoming more. And yet, at times, you're going to feel that things are becoming less. This is you pouring the waters into the world, and the world recharging, revitalizing, and embracing you. There is a sense of the sun coming. Dawn, new dawns, new days. There is a sense of, this is the darkness before the dawn. Quite literally. There's the darkness here, the doubt, the fear, the overkill, the apprehension, and this is the dawn, the beauty, the brilliance, the success, the power. And this is stepping into that light after the darkness. The Wheel of Fortune, everything changes. The vampiric energy is seen, okay? It can be dealt with slowly, it can be dealt with quickly, it depends on where you are in your journey. The veil is lifted, the truth is seen, and things start to change. The Wheel of Fortune comes in, and it's like, okay, you feel like you're on this roller coaster ride. You feel like you're seeing things more profoundly, more openly, more honestly, more intensely than before. And you are. Be prepared for a wild and crazy ride of the heart as you move forward. Pick your battles wisely because you're moving towards what you love, and you're going to sit there and almost feel like I have to be a warrior for what I love. I have to, step on every stone, fight every battle. The truth has to be seen. It's like, no. Stay to your truth. Stay to your power. Stay to your understanding. Know what it is that you desire. Do not step on every stone, because you are reclaiming your throne, and you cannot have the energy stolen from you. This is power, this is brilliance, this is truth, this is glory, and this is you embracing it, and it embracing you. This is the Empress. This is determination, dedication, diligence. This is making your voice heard and seeing that your power is not worthless. It is worth so much more than you had ever realized. And this is taking hold of it again. This is the power of the heart, the soul, the self. It leads you to prosperity. It leads you to wealth that lasts for generations. It leads you to, an embracing of the sun and a planting of the seeds. And there is something big here that changes things for you. Changes prosperity, changes bounty, changes the wealth that is called into your life. It leads you to the Seven of Cups, to dreams becoming reality. Now, dreams, we can fall into dreams. I love dreams. I really do. So when the Seven of Cups warns not to be a dreamer, I think that that's a bit harsh because we need dreamers in this world, but we also need doers. And so it's not to fall into the hopes of dreams, into the wishes of dreams, without the reality of this world. And it's seeing how to bring dreams into our realm of consciousness, into our realm of being. The Seven of Cups is manifestation. It's taking dreams and making them a reality. It's sitting there and knowing the first place that we have to conquer anything is within our mind. And that's what moves you from nightmares and dreams into reality. And that's it. That's the Two of Swords right here. Oh my gosh. From nightmares and dreams into reality, into a coming together of the truth that you need to live. That's so exciting. And that brilliance, we can lose it, yes. But we can gain it in a way that is beyond profound, beyond brilliant. And it's seeing, and it's understanding, and it's an opening of the doors, and it leads to you questioning. It's like, can I even do this? Is this even right? Do I have this power? Do I have this understanding? Do I know this truth? And the answer is yes, you do. But the doubt is strong. And it can feel like an anchor around the neck. Do not let doubt rule you. It will try. Do not let nightmares take over. They will try. And it is your power here to say, no, not today. You do not get to take my dreams away. Not today, not tomorrow. I am working towards and moving towards something greater. something so much more than you ever expected, than I ever expected. So let's see what your spirit animal message is. Aquarius, September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. These two. And the fun thing with this spirit animal message is that if you see these spirit animals in the wild or you see an image of them, this is your angels and your spirit guides tapping you on the shoulder saying, remember this message, Aquarius. So we start here with the armadillo spirit. It says set healthy boundaries. And that's going to be really important because you're a giver. You're a person who sits there and says, you know what, I can help you. Here's a helping hand. Here's a way forward. Here's, what's needed. And let's make this real. And then you get betrayed. You get people stealing away your energy. You feel drained. You feel tired. You feel overwhelmed. This is setting healthy boundaries. And this is saying nobody can claim your truth or take your power unless you let them. Excuse me. And this is not letting them. And this leads you then to the deer spirit. Bring a gentle touch. And I love that. Bring a gentle touch to what you are creating, to the beauty before you. Bring a gentle touch. This world needs a gentle touch. Everybody is yelling louder and louder and louder, demanding that they be right. This is too much. Walk gently, walk calmly, walk quietly, and bring a gentle touch to this world. Bring love to this world. It desperately needs it. Let's look at your subconscious message. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the crow spirit. Co-create with spirit. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This co-creation, this coming together, this beauty, this understanding. It can seem like nothing's happening, but the depth of it is going to be amazing. Your subconscious people message is the death card. This is Scorpio energy, October 23rd to November 21st. This is seeing the shadows of things, the in-between. And this is understanding. This is understanding the in-betweens and seeing the beauty that others overlook. Your subconscious chakra message is rebirth. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below your crown, below your feet. There we go. And this is being reborn into power, into understanding. This is an evolution and a manifestation. This is the dark and the light coming together, the hurts and the beauties, and seeing that you are reborn from all the trials and all the joys that you have lived through to the place that you are now, and the place that you need to be. This then leads you to your subconscious tarot message, which is the Knight of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Passion, determination, being a student of your heart, of the fire that burns inside. The truth, the core of you. The heart, the desire of where you want to be and where you need to be. Body, mind, and spirit. You are following that passion. You are looking at that reality. And you are manifesting it every single day. You are defending it also every single day to go deeper into this truth, into the subconscious. We have here the Ace of Cups. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of love, of joy, of healing, of a washing away of the doubts and the fears and the anger and the upsets and the hurts that life brings. And I apologize if you can hear my nephew in the background. And I'm moving forward in love, in light, in beauty, and in truth. It can bring tears. It can make you very sensitive, okay? Very kind of, in touch with your emotions and your feelings. And then with the fire, with the Knight of Wands, it's like the fire, the passion, the determination. You can feel almost at odds with each other. It's like, I want to move forward like this and I should be tougher. But you have the sensitivity to you that is everything right now. Embrace it. Embrace that you can be astoundingly kind, astoundingly passionate, and astoundingly determined to achieve your goals and get to where you need to be, Aquarius, because that's you. If you take the heart out of it, if you take the heart out of you, Aquarius, you take it all away. And that's not right. All right. You straighten that so it doesn't look like a mess. All right. So let's end this reading with a meditation, Aquarius. A clearing away once again of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we walk in truth, in passion, and what we desire from life. An opening up of the doors and an embracing of our heart. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Aquarius.